Hopefully this is going to be a quick reading. I'm holding the phone just because, there's something wrong with the camera and the lights are kind of dim. But I just did this spread basically trying to see what, you know, is the current situation and what the future holds. And here we see that it looks like the divine masculine at this point is ready and able to have his heart open. At least, the divine masculine. I'm not saying that is true for each and every man. And I think the separation really created, the environment in which some people ended up feeling even closer since they were able to connect and communicate in a more honest way, spiritually, and were able to understand each other maybe better. But here also, it does seem like an angel of love is kind of stuck on that idea of having the same man who's holding the heart, and maybe not the way that it looks, the world suggests in a broken heart. I mean, and the daughter spirit is in reverse, which it looks like being stuck on that idea of a man seemingly holding his heart up and then not being able to see the blossoming abundance and the possibilities, and maybe like being stuck in endless processing of the past pains, or maybe like to some degree re-traumatizing, because behind the man holding a heart or below is the thinking man. So while seemingly he is holding his heart out, he's still not ready to speak his truth. I mean, even if his love is obvious to everyone else and maybe to himself as well, it looks like there is a fifth chakra opening, a throat chakra opening, and there is a contract, which in this case I think signifies the divine union, because now we've got the heart chakra opening and the goddess of the moon. So it does look like in both cases, whether the man is using their heart or their thinking mind, there is the perspective of the feminine is favorable one way or another. Contract also signifies a commitment. So the thinking man is ready to speak the commitment. That's what it looks like. And ready to open his heart fully. Whereas like in the first one, the man is holding a heart, the woman seems to be stuck. In that love and not being able to see anything around. Like, we have adjacent possibilities. I don't know, they came up later, but a woman holding a heart, daughter romance. I mean, so that angel of love, if she's able to have her heart open, that is the door to romance. But now she's opening it to a community. So she's no longer stuck on this one man. She's networking, she's looking at other options, or like investing her time in self-love and self-care and friends, community support. And this, there is all tied up and walking away together. To me, that just shows a transition from feeling stuck in the karmic cycle, attached to the love that hurt, to the decision to walk away, to let go. This is more than let go. This is to walk away. The gate is open and there is a door to value that leads to positivity and abundance that is now seen clearly. Prosperity. And now we've got a thinking woman who is choosing caring connections. Having learned her lesson about having her heart open to wrong people, to people who are not willing to be supportive, to people who couldn't decide, couldn't make a choice, who showed up with deceit, lies, hostilities. Often those hostilities would come and like constant storm warnings. And this is sixth chakra, but in reverse, which basically means that all of that stuff gets in the way of our ability to see our options, our possibilities. Second chakra, I guess, is being also impacted by all of that, but it's also something that would help to find balance. Second chakra does help to find balance. And then we have financial constraints and the third chakra. So somehow balance would help with, the financial constraints, and if nothing else, kind of elevate the anxiety and being able to have a strategy. Like, if you're no longer involved in all of the hostilities, if you're no longer worrying about gossip, deceit, what is it that the masculine is doing? Why is it that he cannot make a decision? Why is it that he's not appreciating? Where is it? Sorry, that's an attachment card. Well, yeah, not like, well, I've been just sitting there in the garden. Because the masculine is like kind of went on a journey to find himself, and essentially this was a door to personal healing, personal strength. And well, in the case of masculine, they were looking for money, but cornucopia, I guess, like ideal relationship. They've been trying to choose. That's what happens, being on a journey, hoping, looking, wanting happy family, but being stuck in that garden. Whereas like the feminine is walking away, the masculine is just standing there. There is appreciation, but inability to move. And in many cases, I feel like masculine isn't able to overcome his own strategy and his own deceit, which creates an ability to make a decision, because coming clean is hard, virtually impossible. But the thinking woman is choosing caring connections. So making a choice with her heart and her mind as well. Like here we have a thinking man and a thinking woman. That is how it felt. And man holding a heart, and here we have a thinking woman and a woman holding a heart, and it kind of all falls together into a victory and balance of masculine and feminine, which then leads to, you know, how men went on that journey for searching for cornucopia and a happy family. Well, there is a seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. You know, like this is a connection to divine, but not, as we can see, not being able to fully achieve it, being stuck at the gate. But through caring connection, through love, and choosing a commitment, the man is now holding a coin. So whoever, and this is what I knew from the get-go, that the feminine holds the key to the abundance for the masculine. Masculine is the door, feminine is the key. They can't open a door without the true connection. Magician in the mirror. I mean, they thought they could just manifest it if they only had enough patience and, you know, the masculine. Like, here it reads more like an arrogance, but together it seems that it was presented as a temple path. But what it really is, with the card of deceit over there, it's a strategy that causes anxiety. So I feel like the journey of the masculine, not everyone was able to complete the journey, let's just say. I just moved the cards and now the door to personal healing. So if the personal healing did happen, then there is cornucopia. Well, it was this way. Then there is strength, then there is cornucopia, then there is journey, then there is man holding a coin, there is creativity, patience, and all the other stuff, probably without the anxiety. Alternatively, instead of healing, I know that some men decided to choose a feminine that seemed like they would bring them money, but all this, you know, and that is how they got stuck in a karmic cycle to begin with, many of them. And you know, stuck in complete inaction, inability to move, sitting at that gate, you know, feeling like they can't come out, not seeing adjacent possibilities. Because, like, I've spoken to some men that are stuck in the karmic cycles and feeling that they aren't able to move, but feeling obligated to this person because somehow it's either their mother, their sister, their friend, or long-term friend with benefits, who knows. Not realizing that there's envy to, well, I mean, we all know, envy towards the divine feminine, obviously, who is, I mean, quite honestly, is connected to the source. And here it's an advice to meditate more and, like, take care of yourself more, rest more, think about the happy families and have the appreciation. And with that, there is a healer of all ages, which is like we're healing the karmic cycles. That's what we're doing right now. And I think we are on the verge of succeed. Like, we've already succeeded, but we're still yet to see it materialize in this reality. It still is, you know, men are still at the gate for the most part, for different reasons. So those masculine that choose to spend some time alone, to heal, to grow, to find strength, to like choose what they want without, you know, being swayed by karma, by trauma that's unhealed, by substance abuse, by you know, the conditioning. Because a lot of times, you know, there's this ego that like also, you know, when it's almost like sometimes they feel like they're dying, and all it is like their ego is dying, but you know, they literally can't get over it. It's like, oh no, 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 we can't let go of the ego because it's death in itself. There's so much more to you than that, you know?